a couple years ago. It was like right after Prince died. That was like ways to bring up estate planning with your family, like over Thanksgiving dinner table.
Nice.
And it was like, did you hear that thing about Prince? And it
That's your cold open.
You don't want to be Prince, Grandma.
And Grandma's like, huh now?
You're listening to 834's award-winning podcast, The Happy Hour Hustle. We offer listeners the chance to experience the musings, or ramblings depending on how many glasses of wine she's had, of the one and only Kimberly J. Bodie as she interviews notable clients, upstanding community members, and random passerby. Nominations and awards pending.
Hi everyone, welcome back to The Happy Hour Hustle. I don't know if you can tell, I am not Kim Bodie. I'm filling in for Kim. I'm Sarah Abel, and I'm so delighted to be here with a dear friend of 834, the gorgeous and talented Lindsey Gleason. Lindsey, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome. I'm so excited.
I'm sorry Kim's not here. She sends her love. She's toasting us from afar.
Hi, Kim.
That's sweet. Oh, we also want to say hi. We're now an international podcast. I don't know if I shared that with you, but we do have a listener in Sweden. So if you maybe want to say a special hello.
Hello, Sweden.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
That. I just learned that.
Have you been to Sweden?
I have not yet been to Sweden.
But it's on the list.
It's on the list.
You travel a lot, which I like about you. Okay, so as I shared, we are going to kick off our conversation today with the most important question. What is your favorite drink?
This is a very difficult question.
They're only going to get harder.
Oh dear, trouble. It totally depends, right?
Okay.
Weather, time of day, mood. I think you cannot go wrong with a red wine.
Beautiful.
I love any cocktail with mezcal. Really into mezcal right now.
Interesting. You're having a mezcal
Delicious.
moment. I love that. I love that about you. All right. Well, so far you're doing a great job. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Good job. All right. So Lindsey, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like when you're not here at 834 hammering down mezcal, what are you doing with your life?
I spend a lot of time across the river at my desk. I'm an estate planning attorney at Varnum, and that is a busy job. I love doing community volunteer things. I spend a lot of time volunteering on nonprofit boards, and when I'm not do-gooding in the community, I love to travel.
Love it.
Right? Heading to Sweden. I need to work on the pronunciation of the country more than the hello.
You'll get there. I believe in you.
Thanks.
I believe in you. So where did you go to school to get your law degree? Where did you study?
I'm a Spartan through and through.
Wow.
So I went there for undergrad and for law school.
I love
Double
it.
Sparty.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then what brought you to Grand Rapids?
I did an internship at Varnum, the law firm that I'm at now, between my second and third year of law school.
Okay.
And they offered me a job, full-time employment, either because I did a good job or because I broke my arm as a summer associate, and they thought that it would be cheaper to pay me a salary than to do some kind of workers' comp. But
did you break your arm at work?
At a Varnum softball tournament. Yes. So.
Did you win the game?
No, we had to forfeit. My team had to forfeit because I broke my arm over the head of a senior partner, and he got a concussion.
And
so
they were
both in the hospital.
this young woman needs
She's
to
got
stay. She's a
They
problem
saw-
solver.
yeah, absolutely.
She's got the guts. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Lindsey, there is a very specific reason we wanted to chat with you this time of year. It's the end of the year. People are talking resolutions. Everyone has mixed feelings about resolutions. I feel like every day I say, tomorrow's the day I'm finally going to get my life together. And then I will promptly watch a 4-minute video about puppies. And then I'm just back to my own ways again. So we were trying to think internally about, okay, but seriously, how are we really doing? What are we doing to make our lives better? What are some real things that we could do? And we thought about you and how talented you are. And really the mystery around estate planning. So you've shared with me before some of the stuff that you work on, some of the things that you do, but do you think is that a good resolution? Saying to yourself, this year I'm gonna get an estate plan?
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of people are thinking about estate planning at year end because it sort of goes hand in hand with taxes and charitable giving. So this is a busy time of year for us in the estate planning world because people are thinking about it. I'm not gonna guarantee it's something that's gonna make your life better, though it certainly could. It will make your your post-death better for your family.
That's really nice.
Yeah, right.
That's
there
nice.
are definitely more pieces to it than that.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
it's
Well,
a
and
good
I think it's one of those things that people don't necessarily want to talk about. I can only imagine broaching the topic. Do you encourage your clients to talk to family members, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles? I mean, is that a good strategy too, to say to your family, hey guys, let's all talk about estate planning?
Yeah, I think most of my clients, after I meet with them to do their estate plan, they say, I'm definitely going to talk to my parents, sibling, kids about this because one of the big benefits of estate planning is it's much easier on your family, all those administration issues. So once
Nice.
they do it themselves, they almost always automatically go to their family and say, it's time for you to do this.
Do you offer a discount? Like if I bring in, like if I refer a friend and they refer a friend, like can I get a free estate plan?
It depends on how difficult the client is.
Nice. So if I bring you good clients?
Totally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like how young is too young? I feel like when we talk about estate planning, it's like, all right, seriously, that's something I'll think about later, much, much later. But so when would you advise people to really start thinking about meeting with someone like you and talking about it?
I really think that at age 18, almost everybody should have a durable power of attorney and a
What?
healthcare power of attorney. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What if, like, okay, so what if my estate is, I have student loans, I have a mortgage, I have like $5 in like nickels. I have nothing except debt. Like, who am I to, I'm still getting power of attorney though.
Yeah, so estate planning usually addresses two different issues. One is who's going to get my stuff when I die, and that's
Okay.
who's going to get your nickels. The other is who's going to make decisions for you if you're incapacitated. I mean, this example is totally getting dated, and we probably barely remember the Terry Schiavo thing in Florida.
I do remember
It was a
Terry
big
Schiavo.
deal for a long time. And her family spent millions of dollars fighting, husband and parents fighting about what medical treatment decisions to make.
Yeah.
Because this woman was in the hospital for a really long time.
Right.
So you should have somebody in place who can step in and make a medical decision for you if you're in an accident, something happens while you're recovering. And then the power of attorney allows people to pay bills for you and address the financial and legal matters. So
Wow.
that doesn't really have anything to do with having any money to pass.
Okay.
That's somebody
But
who's gonna
you
make
as an estate
decisions.
planner, like I could call an estate planner and be like, hey, help me through this process.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're like a one-stop shop for everything in case I ever, like the worst happens, I need to have talked to Lindsey.
Correct.
Wow, what a great brand you have for
I know,
yourself.
right? Disaster strikes?
No,
Call
you're
Lindsey.
such a gift. So it's not just about if I have money. It's really about like planning.
Correct.
Is this like a gift you can give someone? Could I say to my parents like, "Hey, for your Valentine's Day gift this year, I got you this estate planning service. Here meet my friend Lindsey."
Sort of. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there are definitely conflicts issues. Like if one of my clients is in the middle of suing your parents because they're awful neighbors or something, then I can't work with them.
You sound like you know my family.
And there are some issues with payment sometimes if somebody else is going to pay legal services. But yes, we can make it work, provided the conflict check clears.
Awesome.
It's the world of lawyering. It's
I
really
love
exciting.
it. I love it. No, you are. It's so dynamic. I can barely stand it. So you deal with a lot of like hard conversations. Like you go to work every day and you have to have pretty tough conversations with people.
Yeah, a lot of it is tough. I meet with widows right after their spouse of 60 years dies. Some of it's really tough, but some of it's really great, and it's peace of mind, and it's doing amazing philanthropic things. So
I love that.
it's good. It's I can help people when they really need help. So
Why did you go into estate planning? Like, what was the draw? You're in law school. You're staying up all the time studying. You're working so hard, and you were like, I'm going to do estate planning. When did that hit you?
I don't even think that I knew estate planning was an area of the law until I interned at Varnum. So
Okay.
that was between my second and third year of law school, and we do a rotational program where you get to work with different attorneys in different groups.
Nice.
And they had a need there, and I checked it out, and it was mostly a personality fit for me.
Okay.
So I work with a lot of clients one-on-one, more than a lot of like corporate attorneys would do.
Nice.
And I didn't want to be a litigator, and I was a finance econ major, so it sort of made sense with the numbers piece.
So you just kind of fell into like a really great niche.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you're just this really compassionate, wonderful, giving back estate planning attorney.
Yeah, I'm working on parts of that, but yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch gears for just a second and talk about travel.
All right.
How many countries have you been to?
I'm not sure my exact count, but my
Okay.
goal is always to have gone to more countries than I am years old, and I'm getting dangerously close in my old age. But
I'm not gonna
probably
ask you how
about
old you are.
40 countries,
That's
and I'm
amazing.
not quite that old.
Okay,
yet.
nice. Yet.
So, yeah.
What's your next big trip? What's planned?
2018 is going to be different. I'm going to Hawaii in about 3 weeks, but I've been
Nice.
there a couple times, and
Okay.
obviously that is not another country, even though it's a really long flight to get there.
Nice.
And then
Thanks for
we've
the
got
clarification.
some weddings. We've got one in Canada. I've been there, though, British
Okay.
Columbia. One in California. So weddings, man.
I love it. I love it. What else? Okay, so the question you told me I can't ask you, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What is going on with taxes? So, like, if tax bills change, what does that mean for your travel plans, and what does that mean for your profession? How close do you have to keep your eye on that kind of stuff?
I can probably travel a little bit more because some of these tax laws are going to eliminate the need for complex estate tax planning for a big chunk of people.
Interesting.
So some of these tax laws definitely affect estate planning. The amount of money that you can pass on death free of estate tax is doubling. For a married couple, it's going to be over $22 million.
That's a lot of money. How many people have that kind of money?
A lot of people, but but
for
certainly the
them.
number affected by estate tax is going to go way down.
Right.
So I can probably travel a little bit more.
Okay.
But the charitable, deduction rules
Yeah.
are going to change a little bit. So
Yeah.
a lot of people over the end of the year right now are doing some more charitable giving. So people might want to do some advanced additional charitable giving in 2017 these last couple of days real quick, because you might not be able to get a deduction next year.
How far into the year can I give and still claim? Is it like a finite cutoff line? Like if the check did not clear before the end of the year?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not necessarily a check has to clear. It depends. Talk to your financial advisor. That's what I say. You're welcome, financial advisors, to
Very
make sure.
nice.
It depends if you're transferring funds or stock securities.
So we need you and we need a financial advisor.
Yeah.
This is why
I
adulting
know.
is so hard.
Yeah,
You need like
absolutely.
a whole bunch of people to help you in life. Well,
And
thank
an
goodness for
accountant,
you,
too,
Lindsey.
at some point, maybe. I mean,
Oh my
it just gets
gosh.
more and more complicated.
So many things for me to pass my nickels on to.
Absolutely.
Manage those nickels. Well, Lindsey, any final thoughts? Like when people ask you about estate planning, are there any other like keys or things that you wish people knew or?
The other, you asked when are you too young, and I said for those pieces, the power of attorney and the healthcare document, you should get on that right away. For the other piece, wills and trusts and, passing money, it's always cheaper to do an estate plan than, I shouldn't say always, it's often cheaper to do an estate plan than to let all your stuff go through probate. But if you've got minor kids, that's when it's really, really important to talk to an estate planning attorney. You need to name a guardian for those kids and have somebody to manage the funds for them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got nickels and a mortgage, you might not need to run in right away, but if you've got nickels and a mortgage and a baby, you need to get on it.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
No, that's
Yeah.
great advice. That's great advice. No, I feel like now we're better equipped for the new year. You've given us some good, I think, next steps.
My pleasure.
This is gonna be our year, 2018. We're finally getting our lives together. Can't you feel it?
I can feel it.
I can feel it.
I'm working on it.
Awesome. Well, you're a rock star. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to our listeners. Make sure that you subscribe to our podcast so you never miss a wonderful episode. And cheers, Lindsey. Thanks again.
Cheers.